Picture this, the year is 1958, and physicist William Higginbotham creates what's often considered the first video game. As the world was marveling at the dawn of the space age, another revolution was quietly taking place, one that would forever change the face of entertainment. In the bustling labs of Brookhaven National Laboratory, Higginbotham was hard at work on a seemingly simple contraption. Using an analog computer, an oscilloscope, and some ingenuity, he birthed the game Tennis for Two. A far cry from the immersive graphics we're accustomed to today, Tennis for Two was a humble beginning, with a simple premise, a game of tennis, rendered in lines and dots. Fast forward to 1972 and the world was introduced to Pong. Created by Atari, this was a game that took the essence of Tennis for Two and brought it to the masses. With its two-dimensional graphics and straightforward gameplay, Pong was a hit, becoming a staple in arcades across America. These early games were primitive, to say the least. They relied on basic graphics and were limited by the technology of the time. Yet they held an undeniable charm. They turned screens into playgrounds, offering a new form of interactive entertainment that was different from anything anyone had experienced before. The impact of Tennis for Two and Pong was profound. They were the pioneers, the trailblazers that transformed the concept of video games from a novelty into a phenomenon. These games demonstrated the potential of the medium, igniting the imaginations of countless innovators who would follow in their footsteps. In their simplicity, they laid the foundation for an industry that would go on to captivate the world. From these pixelated beginnings, the video game industry was born, paving the way for an explosion of creativity and technological advancement that continues to this day. These seemingly simplistic games ignited a spark, setting the stage for a revolution in entertainment. They were the dawn of video games, a beacon that lit the path towards a future where interactive storytelling, breathtaking visuals, and immersive experiences would become the norm. The legacy of these early games is still felt today, reminding us of the humble beginnings of a multi-billion-dollar industry. Fast forward to the late 70s and early 80s, a time many consider the golden age of gaming. This was the era where the magic truly began to happen, where pixels and code intertwined to create worlds limited only by our imaginations. The introduction of home consoles marked a significant milestone in the trajectory of video games. One console that stands out from this time period is the Atari 2600. Released in 1977, it brought the arcade experience into our living rooms. The Atari 2600 was a game changer, quite literally. It transformed the way we engaged with video games and set the stage for the future of gaming. Speaking of games, let's not forget about the iconic titles that emerged during this golden era. We had Space Invaders, an absolute classic that had us defending Earth from an army of pixelated aliens. This game was so popular that it caused a temporary shortage of 100 yen coins in Japan. Talk about making an impact. Then there was Pac-Man, our beloved yellow hero, gobbling up pellets and avoiding ghosts in a maze. Pac-Man was not only a commercial success but also a cultural phenomenon that transcended the boundaries of gaming, and who could forget Super Mario Bros. The delightful Italian plumber duo Mario and Luigi leapt into our hearts with their quest to rescue Princess Peach from the villainous Bowser. This game, with its innovative platforming mechanics, became a blueprint for countless games to come. These games didn't just entertain us, they shaped the industry. They taught us that video games could be more than simple distractions. They could tell stories, challenge our skills, and create shared experiences that transcended age, culture, and geography. This era wasn't just about fun, it was a technological leap, pushing boundaries and redefining what video games could be. It was a time of innovation, creativity, and most importantly, a time of discovery. It laid the foundation that video games could be a form of art, a medium of storytelling, and a tool for connection. And for that, we tip our joysticks to the golden age of gaming. As we moved into the 90s, a new dimension was added to gaming, the third dimension. The era of 2D sprite-based graphics was gradually giving way to a whole new world of possibilities with 3D graphics. This transition was heralded by innovative consoles like the Sony PlayStation, which truly brought 3D gaming into the mainstream. The PlayStation was a game changer, no pun intended. It was the first gaming console to sell over 100 million units, and it did so by offering a library of games that fully utilized 3D graphics. One such game that stood as a testament to this new era was the iconic Tomb Raider. The game, featuring the adventurous archaeologist Lara Croft, was a pioneer in 3D gaming. With its intricate environments and complex gameplay mechanics, Tomb Raider demonstrated the huge leaps that 3D graphics allowed in terms of game design and immersive storytelling. Around the same time, Nintendo also stepped into the 3D arena with Super Mario 64. It was a revolutionary title that transformed the beloved 2D platformer into a 3D exploration game. It wasn't just about moving from left to right anymore. Players could now delve deeper into the game world, exploring every nook and cranny, and experiencing the game from a whole new perspective. This shift to 3D graphics had an immense impact on gameplay and storytelling in games. Developers could now create more realistic and dynamic worlds, offering players more freedom and control. This also led to the emergence of new game genres and mechanics, including first-person shooters and open-world exploration games. Moreover, the narrative potential of games was greatly expanded. With more detailed and expressive characters, developers could tell more complex and emotional stories, leading to games being recognized as a legitimate form of art and entertainment. 3D gaming didn't just change the way games looked, it changed the way we played and experienced them. It was a monumental shift in the evolution of video games, and its influence continues to be felt in the games we play today. As we continue our journey through the history of gaming, let's see how this 3D revolution paved the way for the modern era of gaming and beyond. The new millennium brought with it new advances in technology, transforming games into immersive experiences. As we stepped into the 21st century, a new era of gaming dawned, characterized by the rise of online gaming. Gamers were no longer confined to their living rooms, as the internet became the ultimate playground. This online revolution allowed for multiplayer games like World of Warcraft and League of Legends to flourish, fostering global communities, and even giving birth to the phenomenon of esports. But the internet wasn't the only game changer. The introduction of mobile gaming turned our phones into portable consoles. Games like Angry Birds and Candy Crush became cultural touchstones, proving that addictive gameplay and simple mechanics could create blockbusters just as well as any high-budget console title. Mobile gaming also brought gaming to the masses, making it more accessible than ever. Meanwhile, in the realm of console and PC gaming, developers were pushing the limits of what was possible. Realistic graphics and physics became the norm, as games like The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim and The Last of Us delivered cinematic experiences on par with Hollywood blockbusters. The graphics were so lifelike, the environments so richly detailed, and the character movements so fluid, it felt like stepping into another world. From battle royale games like Fortnite to sandbox adventures like Minecraft, the modern era of gaming is characterized by its diversity. There's a game for everyone, whether you're into action-packed shooters, complex strategy games, or peaceful farming simulators. And let's not forget about the rise of esports titles, which have turned gaming into a spectator sport, complete with professional teams and million-dollar prize pools. Today's games offer a level of immersion and realism that early game developers could only dream of. As we look back at the evolution of gaming, it's clear that we've come a long way from the pixelated classics of yesteryears. But one thing remains the same: the joy of exploring new worlds, overcoming challenges, and living out our wildest fantasies through the magic of video games. As we look to the horizon, one can't help but marvel at the potential future of gaming. What we once thought of as merely a pastime has evolved into an immersive, interactive experience that's constantly pushing the boundaries of technology and creativity. Emerging trends are shaping the landscape of gaming, transforming the way we interact and engage with digital worlds. Virtual reality, for example, is no longer the stuff of science fiction. With cutting-edge VR headsets, we can now step into lifelike game environments, offering a level of immersion that was once unthinkable. Augmented reality, too, is bringing a twist to the gaming experience. By overlaying digital elements onto our physical world, Arkansas games are blurring the lines between reality and the virtual realm. Think of the phenomenon of Pokémon Go, which took the world by storm, and you can see the potential of AR to revolutionize the way we play. Yet it's not just about the hardware. The future of gaming is also being shaped by advancements in software and internet technology. The rise of cloud gaming, for instance, is a game changer. No longer do we need to own high-end hardware to play the latest titles. With cloud gaming, we can stream games directly to our devices, much like we stream movies or music. This not only makes gaming more accessible, but also allows for new possibilities in game design and multiplayer experiences. But the future of gaming is not just about new technologies, it's about the evolution of storytelling, the expansion of social interaction, and the increasing recognition of games as a form of art. It's about diversity and inclusion, about giving voice to a wider range of experiences and perspectives. Just as Pong and Space Invaders were only the beginning, our current games are stepping stones to a future of unimaginable interactive experiences. So let's strap in, hold on tight, and get ready for a ride into the future of gaming.